Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Velocity TV begins now.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. I'm Todd Stanton, down there pushing all the controls, making all the magic happen is Jack Truant here. Tonight we have in store for you the Grumpy's Garage Wednesday night street fights, live from the Volusia Speedway Park, and hungry competitors out there, and already heat race number one, rolling 8 laps will be the distance. Starting on the pole, driving that number 71 from Everett, PA, the Trick Fast DWRL ride. That is Daniel Stifler and his dance partner to the outside, driving the number 111 from Danville, Ohio, the Carter Lumber DWRL ride. That is Kyle Moyer. Inside row number 2, the number 1 machine, the Heartland Harley Davidson number 1. That is David Brewer from Burlington, Iowa, and his dance partner to the outside. That is Brock Evans. Brock Evans in that number 14, the Bulletproof Motorsports ride. The Bullet Chassis, number 14 machine, rolling off in that position number 4. Position number 5 is Derek Debris aboard the number 117. He hails from Hamel, Illinois. The Carter, Derek Debris in the Hamel, Illinois. His dance partner outside, driving the number 01 from Mount Vernon, Illinois. That is Daniel Price. Last but not least, driving the 013 machine, the Wordle Thunder Bulletproof Motorsports from LaSalle, Illinois. That is the Rockstar DJ Kalinowski. 7 cars we called for, all 7 cars out there on the speedway. Like I said, 8 laps will be the distance here. Everybody going to qualify in to the A main, but this is where it's at here. The best of the best 3-stock racers here from DWRL here on the Full Velocity Racing Network and Open Setup League. It is a invite-only league, but you can get those invites to that Racing Out Flag. Green flag comes back out for the first time in my, it's been about a week here since I've called the race, a week and a half now, as Daniel Stifler leads the charge there in that number 71 machine.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I even know who you are.
It's been a while. It's been definitely a while. David Brewer right now running in that second spot as he gets fought back there by the number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Moyer fighting pretty hard on the outside. I'm going to move back into the second spot as David Brewer drop kicks himself back to the third spot. Brock Moore running in that fourth spot in the number 14 machine. DJ Kalinowski, the Rockstar, running in the fifth spot. And Derek Debris running in 6th, 7th right now. A shotgun on the field. There's that Daniel Price, number 01 machine. Been a while since I've seen him. As we go 3 wide over there for position number 3. Brock Evans trying to let her eat on the bottom. Big mistake. Guy all kinds of loose. The rear end kicked out on the number 14 machine. Going to drop him all the way back to the 5th spot. Trying to do that 2-for move. There's DJ Kalinowski going to capitalize there. A little bit of bumper banging going over the fender banging, whatever you want to call it, between Moore and the 13 of DJ Kalinowski. Both Bulletproof Motorsports drivers. Those guys going at each other here as we're coming up on halfway home this time around at the Volusia Speedway Park. Daniel Stifler right now holding off the charging number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Moyer now dips it down to the bottom of the speedway. Can't make anything happen off of 4. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go here. For the number 71 of Daniel Stifler. Moyer now tries back down to the inside. DJ tries the same thing on the number 1 machine of David Brewer. Brewer holding on to that third spot as DJ looks to try to capitalize and maybe make himself up into the third spot. Here comes Kyle Moyer off of turn number 4, trying to get that forward bite, the momentum off the corner off of turn number 4. But the number 71 of Daniel Stifler still holds on to the race lead. Here comes the number 11 of Kyle Moyer back down to the inside. Nothing having of it there as Stifler has a rocket ship off the corner and then number 71. Here comes the number 11 to Kyle Moyer back down to the inside. Popsicle sticks up in there. 2 more trips around the speedway here. Heat race number 1 in the Grumpy's Garage Wednesday night street fights. Race number 2, season number 11. Cannot believe how many seasons they've already had here at DWRL. Now 11 of Kyle Moyer now dives it back down to the inside. Stifler made a costly maneuver over there. And 3 and 4 got a little bit sideways there. Allowed the 11 to get the momentum. But this is the final lap here. As here comes Moyer back to the inside. Stifler fending him off, though. The middle groove is really working for the number 71 machine. Here comes David Brewer also to the outside. Down in the turn number 3 for the final time. Moyer tries it once again. Down to the bottom. Brewer trying to make it 3 wide. Not going to happen. Sealing the deal off of turn number 4. The number 71 of Daniel Stifler. Second going to be David Brewer. Third, Kyle Moyer there in that last corner. DJ Kalinowski, Brock Evans, Derek Debris, and Daniel Price round out your top 7. Heat race number 1 in the books. Flashbulb still going off from that heat race as we get ready to move on to heat race number 2. And starting on the pole, driving the Heartland Harley-Davidson #1 machine. Out of Burlington, Iowa, that is Alex Brewer, and his dancing partner outside. Out of Falls Mills, Virginia, the Junk Fabrication Team DWRL #25, the Hammer, Henry Jones. Inside row number 2, driving the #18 machine. Out of Illinois, the me entry, the J Max Journey, J Max Strong, #18. That is Kyle Surratt, and his dancer brother outside driving the #61 out of Carolina, the JP Designs Traction Booster, #61. That is Josh Peacock. Inside row number 3, driving the #11 machine out of Norman, Oklahoma, the Blue Death Diesel Fuel Entry. That is Trey Jones. And his dancing partner to the outside, driving the #725. I call him Downtown Marcus Brown from Owensboro, Kentucky. Marcus Brown. Yeah, Owensboro, Kentucky. Woo.
The home of Nikki Hayden. You gotta know Owensboro. Now you got me saying it.
I tell you what, some of these names are really a mouthful when you're trying to do it. The Owensboro, and definitely for a New Yorker, because they always say we talk real fast, and that's true. Yeah, New Yorker. I definitely talk quite fast, not quite as fast as the ones down towards the city portion of New York. You know, the place I've never actually been. So we got 6 cars in this one. 8 laps will be the distance here. Heat race number 2, of the Grumpy's Garage Wednesday night street fights. They used to call in the Heartland Harley-Davidson. Junk Fabrication's been a great sponsor of this one too. I mean, Grumpy's Garage coming aboard here. Fantastic sponsors always for the Dirt Warrior Racing Group here, as we got a lot of good cars in the field once again here tonight. Only 13 cars, but that's a pretty stout field here for an invite here, especially at the departure of summer, as the iRacing flag, green flag comes out. And that #1 of Alex Brewer dives it down into turn 1. Surratt down to the bottom. They call him the coach. He's trying to make that bottom work, and it's not there so far. For the #18 machine is now the Hammer. Henry Jones goes to the outside. He moves into that second spot. The #1, Al Brewer, still holding on to the lead. Surratt trying to the bottom of the speedway, trying to see if he can get that forward fight there. Maybe to take the victory here in heat race number 2. Henry Jones running in that third spot. Here comes Josh Peacock in that traction grabber ride over there, trying to move his way towards the front. Maybe he needs a little bit of traction here for 61, as he's right now currently running in that fourth spot. The #11 running in the 5th spot. That is Trey Jones, the Blue Death entry. There, the diesel exhaust fluid. It's Blue Death. I never knew a lot about it until I ran a convenience store, and now I know quite a bit more than I wanted to really know about it. But definitely running in that 5th spot. Yeah, Henry Jones right now running in second there as he's trying to get back around the #18 of Kyle Surratt. Surratt on the outside, the Hammer. Henry Jones down to the inside. We're coming up on halfway home here. It'll be 4 in, 4 to go here. Heat race number 2. It's been all Alex Brewer in that Heartland Harley-Davidson #1 ride. Here is the #25 and the #18 battle out there. Kyle Surratt to the outside. The purple, the teal, and the white car. I like the looks of that car. There's something different there for Kyle Surratt. At least that's a little bit easier on my eyes. I can kind of read it there. It sticks out there. And the #25, Jones, now trying to slide up in front of him. Yeah, just can't get that bottom to work, just like the other guys in heat race #1. The bottom's just not there yet here at the Volusia Speedway Park. The #61 of Josh Peacock running in the 4th spot. 5th is Trey Jones and Marcus Brown in the 6th spot. Different to see the 725 running in 6th, but a lot of heavy hitters here through the field. Popsicle sticks up in there. 2 more trips around for the Heartland Harley-Davidson. #1 of Alex Brewer, the #18, the me entry. That is Kyle Surratt running in 2nd. Henry Jones running in the 3rd spot. The Junk Fabrication ride. And running around there 3rd and 4th right now. This is #61, the Traction Grabber, Full Velocity Racing Network, Bulletproof Motorsports, #61. JP Designs also on that machine, running in the 4th spot. As a final lap, the white flag is out, and Henry Jones now back down to the bottom as Alex Brewer pretty much got this one in the bag here for heat race number 2. As Jones now tries it down to the bottom, But on into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 2. It's going to belong to Alex Brewer. Aboard the number 1 machine, Kyle Surratt going to finish up second. Henry Jones for 3. Josh Peacock going to finish up in the 4th spot. 5th will be Trey Jones, and Marcus Brown going to round out the rest of your field. Going to take a brief pause. Don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to the national anthem. We're going to throw it to the national anthem anyway, and the honor of this great nation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And thank you to Dirty Grass Soul and Kevin Denman for the playing of our national anthem here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to get right into the 3D Racing starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the number 71 machine. That is Daniel Stifler from Everett, PA, the Trick Fab DWRL entry. And his dancing brother outside, that's the Heartland Harley Davidson from Burlington, Iowa. That is Alex Brewer aboard car number 1. Inside row number 2, starting in the 3rd starting spot from Dansville, Ohio, that is Kyle Moyer. And his dancing partner outside from Illinois, that is Kyle Surratt aboard car number 18. Inside row number 3, that is David Brewer in car number 1 from Burlington, Iowa. And his outside, the number 25 from Falls Mill, Virginia, that's Henry Jones. Inside row number 4, that'll be DJ Konowski, the rock star from LaSalle, Illinois. And outside him, Josh Peacock from the Carolinas in row number 4. Row number 5 will be Brock Evans in car number 14, also from Dansville, Illinois. And outside him is Trey Jones in that number 11 machine. Next row back will be Derek DeVries aboard the 117 from Hammond, Illinois. And then Marcus Brown and Daniel Price round out your field. The 3D Racing starting lineup. iRacing iFlag, green flag is out. And we're racing here down the front straightaway at the Volusia Speedway Park. Daniel Stifler was dominant in his heat race, same way with the one of Alex Brewer. Who's going to come out on top here? We have 50 laps to decide this one here in the A main at the Volusia Speedway Park. And it is, so far, it's going to be Daniel Stifler leading lap number 1. Alex Brewer running in that 2nd spot. Kyle Moyer running in the 3rd and the number 11. Kyle Surratt now diving them down to the bottom of the speedway. It's the Kyle and Kyle show for 3rd and 4th as Surratt trying to take over the 3rd spot there, trying to get that podium finish in that number 18 machine, maybe even more here later on in the evening. Just kind of got to mind your P's and Q's here early on in the going. Still 48 laps to go here for Daniel Stifler leading lap number 2 with Alex Brewer right there in tow. Kyle Moyer running in the 3rd spot. Surratt gets a little bit loose there. He's going to lose a gaggle of positions there. 1 to David Brewer in that number 1 machine. Brock Evans, 2 in the number 14, as Josh Peacock was trying to do the same, too. In car number 61, not able to do so. Is Surratt going to be able to slide back up in the line in around about that 6th spot in that number 18 machine? Oh. All right, Michael Sheffield, thank you for the 500 star donations. Is like Jack is keeping track of that here tonight. Not sure why my phone is dying already. I had it on the charger all day.
And it's Illinois. The S is silent, Todd.
Illinois. That's what I said. I always call it Illinois. It's all right. That's what we call it up here. We have funky languages up here, and that's the way it goes. No correction. No corrections needed. Thank you. Ice and Pancal. We're going to call you the Pancake from now on. The number 71 machine of Daniel Stifler. Right now, your race leader, the number 1 of Alex Brewer, running in 2nd. Kyle Moyer running in that 3rd spot. 4th is David Brewer and Brock Evans running in the 5th spot. 6th is Kyle Surratt and Josh Peacock running in the 7th spot. Then you got Trey Jones running 8th, Derek Debris running 9th, 10th is Marcus Brown. Right now, that's your top 10. And you got DJ Kalinowski, who had to go to the back of the field here, virtue of a win the week prior there for the 013 machine. The 01 of Daniel Price and Henry Jones. He's had a win. That's why he had to go to the rear of the field. So we'll see what happens there for the 013 machine. Winner of the Full Velocity Racing Network Modified Touring Series last night. And that's going to be tape delayed broadcasted in its entirely. It's going to be tape delayed broadcast. We're just going to say that. The night. That's weird. We go on board with Josh Peacock aboard the car number 61. Is right now trying to get down underneath the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. It's Brock Evans right now running in that 5th spot. As these guys pretty much single file here. Looks like Peacock looking to the bottom of the speedway, trying to get around Surratt, but it's more Surratt and Peacock. Those guys always talking, and their teams speak respectively there for Bulletproof Motorsports. So those guys fighting it out between themselves. Meanwhile, up front, the number 71 of Daniel Stifler and Alex Brewer are 1-2, and then you got Kyle Moyer about 3 car lengths back in that number 11 machine. And David Brewer running in 4th, and Brock Evans still, like I said, running in the 5th spot. So those guys battling it out, but so far the fastest lap times coming from the top 2, Daniel Stifler and Alex Brewer. As Kyle Moyer has a equally as fast lap there. Those guys all in the 6s. As the 7s right now from 4th on to the 6th spot, the fastest lap times, as that was a little bit earlier. But we'll see if those guys going to be able to rise to the top, rise to the occasion as that fuel load burns off. You'll start seeing some of these setups change here, like Alex Brewer starting to get a tad bit faster each and every time.
I wouldn't bet that I wouldn't bet against Alex winning.
No, he's definitely won a lot of races here as of late. The last couple of seasons, Alex Brewer has come on really, really strong there with his teammates from DWRL, Dirt Warrior Racing, the Dirt Warrior team. Those guys have been really, really fast as of late, and it just goes to show you those guys have put in some pretty good work there. The Bulletproof Motorsports guys have not been on the street stocks as much as they used to be. They've been pretty much dancing around in the late models and the modified, trying some different things out, trying to get some different setups, and taking a break from the street stock division. But they come back and they're still just as fast as they were when they left. They just got to pick it up a little bit here and there on some of these certain tracks, but I got all the confidence in the world for the Bulletproof Motorsports guys, but it's always been like Team Dirt Warrior versus Bulletproof, and those guys have always had one of those greatest battles here on the iRacing community, I think, in the street stock division at least. Those guys battle it out each and every time they come out on the track. As it's pretty much staying a single file here amongst the top 3. Let's go see if we can find a battle here. The battle between the teammates is probably the best right now. As Brock Moore right now holding on to the 5th spot, Kyle Surratt right there on his rear bumper, and Josh Peacock has been working the bottom. They have caught the number 1 of David Brewer right there directly in front of them. But we'll see if they're going to be able to get around him though. It's they're battling between each other as they catch him. It's Alex Brewer now trying to go for the race lead down to the inside. Stifler again will rocket shift off that middle groove with that number 71 machine. as Kyle Moyer starting to track him down too, as Moyer drives it in pretty hard through the center of 3 and 4, as Moyer trying to get up there and maybe capitalize on a mistake directly in front of him, as now Moyer looks to the inside of Alex Brewer. 3-car battle for the race lead. Pankachow. We're gonna mispronounce his name on purpose now. He can live with pancake there, Jack, he said. I didn't see that part.
Oh, I don't know if he wants to do that or not.
Yeah. How do you like your pancakes?
With
Like
butter
anything on
and
your pancakes?
butter and syrup.
You like anything on your pancakes? We won't go any further than that, Jeff. We won't go any further. It's been 3 wide race there for the race lead. That's the number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Looks to the inside, the one of Alex Brewer right now running in that second spot as he went 3 wide. Yeah. I can't wait to see if he hears that one. Definitely not. That's rather interesting there. They'll probably be beating us up there, but the number 71 is Stifler holding on to one of Alex Brewer running in second. Third is Kyle Moyer. David Brewer running in that 4th spot and holding off the 3 teammates directly behind him. Well, you know, you got to have one of those ka-chow things too. As these guys pretty much have stayed green here, and it goes to show you that GWRL. I mean, these guys, they've raced against each other for a very long time. They know each other pretty well, and that battle for the race lead has been really, really well. And they're giving each other room, and they're letting each other know. I believe those guys are all from Team Dirt Warrior. Yeah, Team Dirt Warrior, the 71, the 1, and the 11. So those guys race with each other quite a bit. And then you got David Brewer hanging out. You know, he's all by his lonesome. He just he doesn't like to play in the thick of things. He's just hanging out in that 4th spot. And then you got all the bulletproof guys. Josh Peacock now has got around Brock Evans and Kyle Surratt. So Peacock now running in the 5th spot. But again, those are the bulletproof guys there, the 5th, 6th, and 7th place guys. So it's interesting to see how these guys are all going at it here and how they're fighting back and forth there. Volusia Speedway Park, one of my favorite tracks on the iRacing simulation. It's more like shaped like my home track at the Afton Motorsports Park. It's kind of like got the D-shaped. I mean, it's a lot bigger than Afton, obviously, but it's definitely one of my favorite tracks to go to and race on because I've won there. Other tracks I have not won there. So, and I don't know how I even pulled a win here, but I did. So
You won a race?
Yeah, not lately, but I did back in the day. Meanwhile, up front, the number 71 of Dana Stifler. Yeah, I had strawberries and cherries on them, you know, and whipped cream.
Oh my God.
I can't talk no more. The 71 of Daniel Stifler right now, your race leader here, coming up on 20 laps remaining. As Alex Brewer now to the outside of Kyle Moyer, and then number 11, the 11 of Kyle Moyer now looks to the inside of the 71 machine. So this time around, it'll be 20 laps remaining. It's been all so far clean and green, and it's been Daniel Stifler leading every single lap so far. And that number 71 machine is down to the bottom. The number 11 of Kyle Moyer, the number 1 of Alex Brewer up to the outside, trying to do something there to the top shelf of the speedway. Then you also have Josh Peacock running in the 5th spot there. He's tracked down the number 1 of the number 1 of David Brewer. And so has it the 14 of Brock Evans. And DJ Konowski now up to the 7th position. Now trying to get around the coach, Kyle Surratt, for the 6th spot. He's trying to get himself into a podium finish. I know he's probably want to yell at me because he won that race last night. But we'll definitely get a word with him with everything transpiring with the modified touring series. We had some things fall through last night, and I thought I could make it back in time, but I didn't want to go in there. I got half the video, and didn't get all the video because I was going to actually do the whole thing. last night, but then I decided to hold off and wait to another time and make sure that gives them a good time period. But right now, your race leader is still Daniel Stifler, Alex Brewer still in that second spot, Kyle Moyer still third. So Team Dirt Warrior doing a fantastic job holding down the top 3 spots. Then you got David Brewer running the 4th spot, who I do believe is part of Team Dirt Warrior too. Then you got Josh Peacock, Brock Evans, DJ Kalinowski now up to the 7th spot and trying to get around Brock Evans, but Evans right now holding on to the 6th spot and holding on for dear life as Surratt goes way up to the top shelf of the Speedway trying to make something happen there. But the rock star DJ Kalinowski just can't get that forward bite off the corner so far. And man, there's a lot of flash bulbs going on. There's been so many flash bulbs going on. I can't believe these drivers are not blind, Jack, because I don't think it's stopped since we started.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't stopped a bit. And I want to know which Todd Pankow was thinking.
Yeah, there is 2 Todds. I don't think a lot of people know that either. Looks like Surratt going to get around the 14 of Brock Evans now. Going to put himself into the 6th spot. As Stifler still holding on. I mean, 14 laps to go. Can Daniel Stifler just keep it up there and hold Alex Brewer at bay? Or do you really think Alex Brewer, Jack, is going to be able to get around? You think Alex Brewer has what it takes here tonight?
Yeah, I think he's just setting him up.
Thinking, making them think that he's a little bit slower than he is.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, playing mind games. That's always the best thing. They called Daniel Stifler the Iceman for a reason.
They are
got like ice running through his veins.
They are teammates, but come the last lap, I don't know if they're teammates.
You know, I would dump my own teammate for a victory.
Well, we know that.
Done it before. Well, here comes Alex Brewer. We were just talking about him firing to the outside, the number 71 of Stifler. So Brewer now waiting. He has found the middle portion of the track, and Stifler down to the bottom in that number 71 machine. We know it doesn't work very well down there. Stifler was trying to fend off the bottom, and he gave up the prime real estate up there in the middle portion of the track. And Alex Brewer, your new race leader down the back straight away. He wasted no time to get to the race lead.
It's like he heard us. I think he heard us.
I think he did. I really think he heard us. He said it was go time. He was sick of riding there in that 2nd spot. And he said, time to fire it up on all cylinders. Maybe it might be those sticky tires, the special tires that they put on the car before the race here tonight.
Specially matched tires.
Yeah, specially matched with air and everything. You know, it's probably nitrogen in those tires. Yep, Kyle Moyer getting around Dan Stifler too, using the middle portion of the track. I'm not sure why Dan Stifler or Stifler went to the bottom of the speedway, besides to try to protect his position. They knew the bottom wasn't working, and he was right there in where he was supposed to be in the middle portion of the track. And now Alex Brewer and Kyle Moyer go to add it, but Stifler losing a couple spots there. Trying to go to the bottom, protect that line, but there was nothing on the bottom for those guys to be able to pass him. So a costly mistake for the number 71 machine, leaving the 1 and the 11 up in front of him. So far it's been green all the way here. So iRacing flag, green flag has been out the whole time here with 7 laps remaining. As Alex Brewer, your race leader, Kyle Moyer 2nd, 3rd is Daniel Stifler. Run through here, David Brewer running in the 4th spot is Peacock. All over him like a cheap suit in that number 61 machine. As Kyle Surratt up to the extreme top side of the speedway, and he's using the wall there to keep him going straight there, as DJ Kalinowski really working him over there in the 013 machine. But here comes the number 61, and the 1 disappears a little bit, doing that disappearing act. Gomer wants him up there in the special spaceship because you don't have Phil to take here this evening along for a ride. So I know Gomer a little bit upset that Phil not here.
Gomer likes Phil.
Yeah, he loves Phil to death, and really likes to do his thing there in that spaceship. So whatever he does up there, I'm not sure. I haven't been taken by him, so I don't even want to know. If you ask Phil, he probably would tell you. And he'd probably be really graphical about it. Meanwhile, we got a battle for the race lead once again. And number 11 of Kyle Moyer again looking to the bottom of 71 of Daniel Stifler. Right now running in that 3rd spot, so he's caught him. He's back in the middle of the speedway, but now he has a whalable push there through 3 and 4. We're going to see 3 laps to go here at the line for the Heartland Harley Davidson #1 machine of Alex Brewer. Here comes 11 to Kyle Moyer down to the inside again. At number 11, trying to make anything happen. Stifler way down to the bottom. He's trying that 71 down there, hoping one of those guys make a mistake. Popsicle sticks in there. 2 more trips around the Volusia Speedway Park here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for the Grumpy's Garage and Wednesday night street fights here, season number 11, race number 2 here at Volusia. The number 11 Moyer edges ahead just a little bit, but again, firing back on all cylinders on the outside. The number 1 of Alex Brewer. They dive it off into turn number 3. Moyer not going away. Brewer up top. Stifler waiting in the weeds there in that number 71 machine. White flag in the air. One more trip around. Who's going to be here for the win? We know these guys pretty much got the podiums pretty much locked down, secured. But it is Alex Brewer leading the charge down into turn number 3. Moyer won a last-ditch effort. Maybe not going to be had. It's Brewer slamming the door shut. Brewer in the Heartland Harley Davidson #1 machine. Alex is going to take down the win. Second going to go to Kyle Moyer. Daniel Stifler for 3. David Brewer for 4. Josh Peacock for 5. DJ Kalinowski for the 6th spot. 7th, Kyle Surratt. Brock Evans, Marcus Brown, Trey Jones, Henry Jones, Derek Debris, and Daniel Price round out your 13 cars here at Volusia Speedway Park. Congratulations to all the drivers, all finishing the race here tonight. It looks like they all finished on the lead lap. Yes, they indeed did. Everyone on the lead lap, green to checkered, like it should be here on the Grumpy's Garage Wednesday night street fights. We're going to take a brief pause for the cause, make our way on down to BladenO.com, Victory Lane, and interview our top 3 podium finishes here tonight, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing, with the Wednesday night street fights, brought to you in part by Grumpy's Garage, and we got our top 3 drivers here. We'll sort them all out as we bring down here first, who led quite a few laps here tonight. The Iceman, driver the number 71, Daniel Stifler, led a majority of the race there. Dan, it looked like you decided to go to the bottom there to try maybe to block the run of Alex, or maybe that's just where you wanted to go. But the middle was pretty fast here. Alex was able to get around you on the outside of you and able to hold you guys at bay. But you guys were grouped really, really close together. Tell us about your run.
Yeah, what a hell of a race there, nonstop. But yeah, you're right. I moved down to the bottom about midway through the race. I really thought it was going to go around the bottom, and I was just way too loose in through 1 and 2. And Alex got a good run around the outside of me, and then after Kyle got by me, then I moved back up to run the middle, and I was able to stay right with him and at least have a shot at it. Then all in all,
Yeah,
fun race.
Yeah, it was a great race there. Green the checkered. Anytime you can pull that feed off, 13 of the best drivers here tonight. I do believe in the street stock division here. So you guys really putting the work down there. It was a nice three podiums here, top three there for you guys. But the number 71 definitely led some laps here tonight. Like you said, getting down to the bottom. I usually it does go to the bottom, but man, it went up. It stayed right there in the middle. Just the bottom looks so slick for everyone out there.
Oh, did it? Yeah. I really thought it was going to go to the bottom, but hey, my hat's off to them guys too. I knew right from the drop of the green flag, Alex was all over me, and man, I was doing everything I could just to try to hold him off, but I was trying to give him a lane on the bottom too at the same time, and them guys just raced me so clean, and obviously they're my teammates, but even if I mean they were patient and waited to make their move, I appreciate that.
All right, Dan. Before I let you go, I'll give you that microphone one last time to thank or let's thank you live tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. First off, got to thank all the guys at Team Dirt Warrior for helping me out here, and everybody that runs this DWRL, Jim, Kyle, and everybody, and all the drivers that participate too. I mean, this is the best of the best, I believe, right here, week in and week out. Um, Thank Jim Revis at Evil One Graphics for putting this awesome wrap on the car, and thank you guys at FVRN for putting us out there every week for everybody to see.
All right, the driver, that number is 71, bringing home a nice third place finish here tonight. Daniel Stifler, the Iceman. Hopefully, we'll see him a couple positions better next time we see him here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll move on down here to tonight's second place finisher, driver of that number 11 machine, Kyle Moyer, and able to use Daniel Stifler's a little bit of a break as he went to the bottom of the speedway. A little bit faster towards the middle portion of the track there, Kyle. But did you have anything left there for Alex? It looked like he kind of bottled you up towards the end of that one, but man, you had a pretty fast hot rod there in that number 11.
It was pretty quick. Alex was good. He's always good there at middle of the top. It just didn't get slick enough for me. I liked around the bottom, so I mean that's what my setups are. So that top's usually no good for me. So, but it was a good run.
Yeah, we're definitely able to hang with those guys too, Alex and Dan, and like you said, Dan made a mistake. He said getting to the bottom of the speedway, just nothing down there. It didn't look like the forward bite was there. Kyle, did you try that a couple different times? What was going on to make that groove just not there?
I don't know if it just never came in down there. I was trying it there running third. I mean, I caught up to him running the slider line, across the bottom to the top, but it was just never there. And then I seen him, he went down there, and I was like, I better put my nose back up top. And yeah, he just made a mistake, and that's how I got around him.
All right, Kyle, before I let you go here, I'll give you that microphone one last time. You can thank who would like to thank here for tonight's second place finish here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Thank you guys for broadcasting as always. Team Dirt Warrior, of course. Congratulations to Alex and Dan for their finishes. Junk Fabrication, Evil One Graphics, and that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home tonight's second place finish, driver of the number 11, Kyle Moyer. Let him get back to it. We'll bring down here driver of the Heartland Harley-Davidson number 1, tonight's victor here at the Volusia Speedway Park. That is Alex Brewer bringing down the big W here tonight and able to do that in pretty good fashion there, Alex. We started talking about you with 12 to 13 to go. And we were talking about could you be able to get around Daniel Stifler, and it was almost like you could hear us. So you were like, I'll just hit that NOS button, and I'm going around him because I don't want to hear these broadcasters tell me that I'm just riding around. Alex, good race for you. Tell us about that, man. That pass. He seemed to leave the door open just enough, and you were able to drop kick that one wide open.
Oh yeah, it was a fun. You guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race in the beginning, but towards the end, it got pretty good with Kyle and Daniel. Yeah, had to wait for an opportunity early in the race to pass Daniel. He's a good driver, so it's kind of really hard to get around.
Yeah, he definitely stays consistent, doesn't he, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's one of the consistent drivers.
Yeah, almost all these guys in here are pretty consistent.
Yeah, and they're not easy to get
so fun to
around.
race with.
Yeah.
Yep, but it was a pretty good race. I'm glad I got a good starting spot in my heat race. Helped out a lot.
Well, we were talking, Alex, about the bottom groove and talking about how, like Kyle Moyer said, that it usually comes in tonight. Not the case. The bottom groove not even there. Tell us what you thought. Did you try that a couple different times? What was going through your head? Is the bottom groove not there? Figuring that it was pretty one groove there about the middle portion of the track.
Yeah, I tried it a couple times, but it seemed to slower down on the bottom and up top. I see Kyle would catch up with me a little more if I'd go down there. So I don't even really like running the bottom there. I'd prefer to run the middle or the top. And that's what I got my setup for it to do. It runs it pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does run it pretty good there. Great setup, a great car here tonight for that number one machine, the Heartland Harley Davidson number one. But before I let you go there, Alex, so with this big W, I'll give you that microphone one last time. You can thank you. We'd like to thank you live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yeah, I'll thank you guys for doing the broadcast every week for us. Jim and Kyle and all the guys over at Dirt Warrior Racing League put on the races. Everybody at Team Dirt Warrior. Eric Eichstead for the wrap. And that's about it. And my wife for letting me race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the big W here tonight. Driver of the Heartland Harley Davidson number one machine. That is Alex Brewer taking down the big W. And what a great race here for these guys. Team Dirt Warrior doing a fantastic job there. And Jack, I tell you, every time we come here, it's pretty impressive. Tonight, green to checkered. Like DWRL, so we've had quite a few green to checkered races. It could be 13 guys, it could be 7 guys, it could be 20 guys. I've seen them go green to checker quite a bit, and it's quite the feat to watch these guys go at it and good battling. I tell you, a big shout out to DJ Kalinowski too in the 013 machine going to the tail. He picked up 7 positions, excuse me. Definitely trying to make his way up through there. The Bulletproof Motorsports guys finishing 5. It was Josh Peacock, DJ Konowski, Kyle Surratt, Brock Evans. That was the latter half. You got to give a big shout out to David Brewer too, being able to hold those guys off, finishing in the 4th spot. The top 3 guys had their own race. Then David Brewer was kind of by himself. And then the Bulletproof Motorsports guys had their race. And then you had Marcus Brown, Trey Jones, Henry Jones, Derek Debris, and Daniel Price. Those guys all mired back and forth back there. But definitely a couple different groups out there racing here tonight. And it kind of spread the field out. Nothing on the bottom, though. That's not the case here at Volusia tonight. As normally that's where I see a lot of the winning passes come from. But tonight, the winning pass from the middle portion of the track by the number one of Alex Brewer. And never count him out. And you always got to make sure that if you want to pick somebody who's going to possibly win, it'd be Alex Brewer because he's been on fire. And that momentum carries from season to season with him so far. We'll see if it's going to carry on to the next race. He's going to have to start tailing Charlie. So we'll see if he be able to make his way through here and maybe take down another win on the Wednesday night street fights. But again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here to the Full Velocity Racing Network. I'm going to sign off on behalf of Jack Truman, pushing all the controls, making all the magic happen. Phil out there playing with men and tights. I'm Todd Stanton signing off, wishing you all a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow night, Thursday night. I believe it's going to be Cyber Thunder Racing League, the first race of the year for those guys. And Phil and Jack will be on the call for that one. Wish you guys all good night, and hopefully we'll see you back here on the Full Velocity Racing Network tomorrow night. Good night.